This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Texas teacher, 46 years old, accused of sexually assaulting fifth grader she branded one of her favorites. Yes, a twisted Texas elementary school teacher is accused of sexually assaulting a fifth grade student she branded as one of her favorites, as cops urge other possible victims to come forward. Cecilia Mueller, a 46-year-old longtime Northside Independent School District employee, was arrested after a former student, now 20, reported the disturbing sexual acts he endured while he was in her fifth grade class during the 2016-2017 school year. The victim told authorities that the then 36-year-old sicko kissed him and carried out other sexual acts while they were in a closet inside her classroom. On one occasion, the pair were allegedly kissing while Mueller's young child was in the classroom. The teacher waved off any concern, saying her youngster wouldn't remember what had occurred. The student said the abuse began after he became one of the educator's favorites and was made to sit at a table with peers, given the same label. Geez, so there's, more than likely there's other, victims. Mueller would wield lewd language toward her favorites, probe them about their crushes, and pry into their personal lives. Police said that the singled-out students would often remain together during lunch, where Mueller allegedly showed up and played explicit music videos, and on one occasion, a pornographic video. The accused predator would also play Truth or Dare with the young children, and at times dare them to kiss each other. She told the students, who were about 10 years old, not to tell their parents about the depraved get-togethers, warning that she could get into serious trouble. The victim told police the alleged abuse ended after he graduated from 5th grade, with the warped educator telling the boy she never had sex with him because it would ruin him. Mueller allegedly instructed him to keep their relationship private and to contact her once he turned 18. District officials told the outlet that Mueller was hired in August 2007 and taught at Lewis Elementary School until June 2019, before being transferred to Henderson Elementary School in August 2019. Well, she was placed on leave, and the district is cooperating with the investigation. Mueller was charged with continuous sexual assault of a child. San Antonio authorities said they believe there are additional victims. Yeah, probably the other favorites, Then you got to consider the student she had when she got transferred to the other school. So, yeah, you think this just all ended with that one kid, Yeah. I don't think so. So police encouraged anyone with information to contact the Special Victims Unit at 210-207-2313. This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin.
And now commentary from our very own Trixie Turner. Trixie?
Doug, tonight's show was sponsored by Night Night Comics from IndiePlanet.com. Yay!
I had this great conversation going and I was muted. Damn it. Oh, jeez. Let's read everybody saying, you idiot. You're muted. Yeah, I'm drawing, so I can't see the chat. So now, yeah, either there's no audio or Doug decided to be so old school that his stream is now a 30s. Oh, there's a thought. Doug's going to be so mad when he finds it. You're right, Nodak. I'm furious. Now I got to go through this again. He's going to scream many racial slurs. Oh, not on the air. When he finds out, but we won't be able to hear. Dominic the Hung. Dominic the Hung. If you're Chinese, then you can barely see this stream as well as not hearing it. Well, boy, I do squint, don't I? Dominic Nodak says, Dominic, you think he's drawing Chrissy? It is. It's Chrissy. I was talking about the whole Chrissy ordeal. And now I got to do it again. Dominic the Hung, that was my guess, Nodak. Unless he gives her that curly mop, then it's Brittany. Oh, I did draw Brittany on. Well, no, I wasn't on Pat's show, but I did send it to him as a super tip image. And I suppose I could draw her again. Not a fan of Brittany Venti. Nodak says, I figured Chrissy from the teeth. And now with the hair, I definitely say her. It's her. Pat fed her mini sugar cube. Okay. See, I never, it's just because of the gums. That's not enough to call her a horse. I never thought of her as a horse. Yeah. She's a disappointment these days. It has been on occasion, but you know, like palm through. Don't want her to chomp one of your fingers off accidentally. Can you hear Doug? Yes, I can hear, but let me just go ahead and push watch on YouTube. I should be audible now. Yes. So, typical Doug. When will he learn? Never. Never. The thing is, I've been testing an awful lot of stuff. I did a private video testing this other platform through Rumble Studio that they have available. And hopefully that super tip would work. You can see it, but you can't hear it. The only way to do that is to go straight through OBS over there. It's unfortunate. I was hoping that would work. Their previous, they call it the Canvas platform, whatever, the old one, which they're phasing out, it did work. Looks like it's not going to work in the new one. It's too bad. In a lot of ways, it makes things easier. It's solidified all the control. OBS is fine, but it doesn't give me the control fast enough to put in, like when I want to do the theme songs and stuff like that. And especially if I'm using this one, but just got to use EVMux to do it. And that means loading everything in here, which I don't know. Maybe in some ways, I guess maybe that's for the best and just have a few in OBS. But anyway, whatever. And of course, Super Tip added some new features, and it kind of messed me up a bit. But thanks once again to Pat Dixon, I figured it out. Dominic the Hung says, hi, Pam, and howdy, St. Ranger. Doug's Cal ate his mic cord. No, they did not. I'm stupid. St. Ranger says, hi, and howdy, St. Ranger. Nice to see you here. Nodak, the music from his theme song played at the beginning, but his mic has been muted the whole time. God damn. Dominic, if you take enough acid, then you can hear him. Well, you shouldn't have to do that. All right. Let me get here. How many hours until monetized? Well, you know, that's an interesting thing, A. Thompson. I get very, very close. And then you know what happens? They remove like over 100 of them. So I guess it's like they decide the views aren't real, or it's just people click it on and say, what's this idiot? He can't even unmute his mic and leave. So it could be that it's only for less than a minute, and they eliminate it. So, and this has been going on for months. So I mean, of course it's under 3,000. If it gets 3,000, then there you go. You're eligible for monetization on YouTube. So I don't know what your deal is with Super Tip or PayPal, but if you're not interested in that, then there's nothing I can tell you. Rasputin, yeah, Doug isn't giving us the silent treatment anymore. Yes, when I suddenly noticed that big red line through the microphone in EV Mux. Because I'm like, I'm not muted. I unmuted because you can mute yourself in OBS. You know, I fixed that one. No. Saint Ranger says, we love you, Doug. I know, when you really feel sorry for some poor bastard, you can't help but have some affection for him. And so I appreciate it. Dominic the Hug, Doug, don't worry. We got the gist of what you were saying when you were muted. Something about cows, DMT, and the chosen people. No, it's not true. Hey, Thompson, has he started drinking on Rumble yet? Drinking? Now that you mention it. It's Coke Zero. Anyway, all right. So, yes, it's Chrissy. I think it's a kind of a cute drawing of Chrissy. So, let's see. How do I get back to what the hell I was talking about? So, all right. So, the quartering. Struck a channel, apparently like 14 in total or something like that. I guess it was like the main channel was and I thought it was Kino Casino, but it was like an offshoot of theirs, a clip channel, I guess, or one of their guys. I don't know. But anyway, he made a bunch of threats that he was coming after him for, I don't know, crapping on him. And I don't know, does this have anything to do with him being banned from Renaissance Fair and they were hitting him for that? And he got mad. And because he was apparently drunk there and being creepy with women and girls and stuff. And apparently he got banned from it. So I don't know if that plays into it or what. But he, the channels all got nuked, and this blew up and everybody was mad and stuff like that. So then Chrissy does her own show with Melanie Mack. Now, Melanie Mack, she's had on her show before. I think she's been, I don't know if she's a regular on her Simpcast show, but, been there a couple of times. And so, they know each other and all that stuff. And she does the show. So, of course, Melanie Mack being a co-host or maybe the co-host for the quartering now. But anyway, there's a working relationship there. And so she gets flooded with super chats wanting to know about what's the deal with the quartering. I guess, what did Melanie Mack know and when did she know it? And all this, stuff like that. Some apparently, I'm sure, were nasty and some were just the basic questions or whatever. Well, Chrissy didn't want to deal with that. She did a lot of deflection or whatnot. And eventually they did kind of sort of address it. From what I could see, Melanie denied or kind of denied, however you want to put it, that there was anything to this. Like it wasn't Jeremy Hamley, the quartering, who did this. I don't know. But anyway, that didn't sit well. So a lot of people were mad at Chrissy. So she does another show. And that one probably goes even worse. There are a couple of things here that she just shouldn't have done. Now, she could have responded to this and left it up to, it's all really Melanie Mack was the only one who could really give any answers on this. If Melanie Mack said, yeah, I don't want to talk about it, then that kind of stops it there. I mean, Chrissy could push it. Say, well, people really want to know, it's just the audience and all that kind of thing. But then she, didn't want to piss off Melanie Mack. Well, this is a friendship. Probably didn't want to piss off the quartering either, and that sort of thing. But everyone else seems to have already turned on him, doesn't believe him or what have you, or whatever his defense is, and that sort of thing. So, but, tried to ignore it, said she wanted to do a show talking about being a mother and becoming Catholic, and she was going to talk about that with Melanie. Well, when this, massive, I don't know, whatever the illustration elephant or whatever's in the room, you can't pretend it's not there, that kind of thing. It's going to backfire to a point. To make it worse is to make up excuses about it. Now, for quite a bit, she feigned a certain amount of ignorance over the subject matter. Be saying, well, I've got a kid, I've got a lot of stuff going on, I can't keep up with everything. And to a certain extent, you can say, well, yeah, there's probably something to, except she had been on a stream earlier. I forget if it was a week before or what have you, where pretty much the deals of the story were laid out. So you can't claim any ignorance. And so in that part, it's dishonest. And that's going to put some noses out of joint and all that kind of thing. To the extent that it's gone, I don't know. I mean, I can't get all that invested in this. It's interesting to a point. Your main problem is with quartering and whatever the hell's going on with him, which she can't do anything about. But now people suggested she didn't just want to be on good terms with the guy, looking to be maybe a part of the show herself, that kind of thing. But there's nothing in evidence towards it. Is it a possibility? I don't know. Might have been. Quartering's a big channel, but when something like this happens and it turns a lot of people off, it's tough to surpass. So what happens to quartering after all of this? I don't know. It might be all over for him. As far as, YouTube and that, or, a popular channel. And so that's really the thing of deception and stuff like that. It never goes well. So then the follow-up was her own channel to explain it. It is, she didn't have quite the best attitude towards it. I guess I'm being bullied into this. Well, look, it's either an explanation or you could have said, screw it. I didn't want to talk about it. It's my channel. I'll do what I want. Now, a lot of people would still be pissed off and mad, but I was like, well, I'd respect that. But trying to wiggle around it, I don't think so. So she does that, and then Brittany Venti comes on and reads her the riot act and is all indignant about what she said. You lied to me, Then saw clips of her own stream where she's all done with Chrissy, and it says, "Don't you know who I am?" and stuff like that. It's like, good Lord. Never really been all that interested in what Brittany Venti does, and especially since what she did to Martina Marcota was unconscionable. And she's got a lot of nerve to climb that pedestal. Now, the interesting thing is Chrissy had her on her show, and they both mean-girled Martina, and I thought that was unnecessarily cruel with Venti. I think there's a lot of problems there. People say she's autistic, what have you. It's no excuse. But for Chrissy to participate in that, it was a massive disappointment on that. So, no fan of Brittany, but here, well, the broken clock. And, I think Chrissy was deceptive and dishonest in this. That being said, then thanks to Pretty Antisocial and, Haley was Pat's guest on his stream earlier in the day. I don't know how Pat could do an all-night show and then do it. Must be why he didn't do one tonight. Because, geez, he's got to be exhausted. But anyway, watching Chrissy went on Cecil Says show. I guess probably got to know him through Friday Night Tights and the like, I forget. But anyway, so she mentioned that she said, like she was like ambushed or what have you, or rather stunned that Venti was all, well, the histrionics and everything that she displayed on the show, questioning her and whatnot, was because they had this, I guess, over an hour long conversation on the phone where she had given her explanation, so on and so forth. And things seemed fine. And then suddenly, now, due to the fact that I'm no fan of Brittany, do I believe that there is some credibility to this? Yes. But that's a bias, you know. Could it have gone that way? I suppose. The problem is, though, I don't know. Was this discussed on there? I didn't see the entire stream. Did she's like, now hang on a minute, Brittany. We talked about this. Now you're freaking out? You were fine on the phone. You know, that kind of thing. That's what you do. So it could be true. It could be absolutely true. She said, I thought we were cool, you know, and then you're not, because you're doing this theatrics to gin up to make something out of this. And hey, and you know, the vultures are consuming Chrissy now, you know, and that kind of thing. Now come to my channel, you know, and you know, yeah, more than likely to some degree, you know, but so, yeah, but when it's like in the moment, you know, it seems like that would be, you know, hey, what the hell, you know, a minute ago you were fine. Now, you know, that kind of thing. But ultimately, it comes down to, feigning a certain amount of ignorance on this. How you knew the basics, at the very least, of the problem here. You know, and it's sad. It's sad because Chrissy's a very talented woman. I liked her. I liked her at Compound. She was very well skilled. I loved it when she would do sketches and stuff. She did some of that with when she did appearances on In Hot Water. She was really good at that. Of course, that crossed over to Friday Night Tights when she would do, you know, mockeries of Grace Randolph and that idiot Frosk, whatever, the one who torpedoed the new G4, stuff like that. She's very good at that, very funny, and all that. And of course, very pretty. You know, I don't see a horse when I look at her. Did a lot of artwork about her in the Compound days. It was a lot of fun, and it's just all very sad because just about all of it was absolutely unnecessary. And I don't know what you do. What do you say other than, yeah, I screwed up. You know, I was trying to, you know, I guess keep all hands on deck or something. I don't know. It was deceptive and it wasn't going to work. And, you know, there you go. The quartering, it's funny. Small World, before his channel became, you know, super big, he was a guest on my podcast. I talked to him. We were talking about the woke era and all that sort of stuff. And I did some artwork for him. He paid me for some at the time. And, yeah, I didn't have any problem with the guy. And so I don't know what became of it. There's so many damn shows and didn't really keep up with a lot of it. Every now and then he'd have a topic or whatever I'd look at that he would do a video on. But something's going on there, you know, and it's just too bad. Is her days numbered on Friday Night Tights? I don't know. Could be. Saw a clip of Gary Beekler talking about this. Doesn't look too happy about it. And That might be the deal. So it's unfortunate. Nodak says, I have only one question that nobody has been able to answer for me. Why is it called the quartering? I don't know. See, I had him on the show way back when. Could have asked him. Maybe it's like being drawn and quartered. I don't know. But I guess he just thought that's better than the Jeremy Hambley show. So he Dominic the Hung, they call her Melanie Mac because of her love of Big Macs. Oh, well, we got the answer to that one anyway. Dominic the Hung, Brittany Venti looks cute with her Weird Al Yankovic wig. I thought that was natural. Another illusion shattered. Nodak says, damn it. Yeah, I know. We may never know now. I don't know, This is, all right, Jeremy, all will be forgiven if you explain why you called your channel the Quartering. Take the deal, I don't know. But, yeah, it's all unfortunate. Once had Gary Beekler on the Nailsin Show, too. Got to talk to him way back when. And, boy, did he become big. And of course, it was all the, the fall of Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, Doctor Who, all that. It's just one after another would all succumb to woke infestation and just a bunch of talent getting run out of the industry so that they didn't have any talent anymore, stuff like that. And, you all know the era. It was crazy. And, of course, that was just entertainment. And it went everywhere in creepy and dangerous levels within schools and what they were trying to do to children and did do to children and so on. It was just a terrible time. But yeah, I got to talk to him. And he's a very nice guy and everything. But eventually, caught the attention of Doomcock Overlord DVD, ended up becoming a panelist on his Wednesday night show. I mean, it was a Sunday night show originally, and then eventually became a Wednesday show. Just a panel to discuss whatever was in pop culture news for that week. Well, unfortunately, there was a dust up there, too. Him and Beekler were good friends. They did a show together talking about paranormal things and UFOs, that sort of thing. But in the hoopla over Star Wars, Doomcock gets a lot of rumors and stuff about things. And there was all this hopeful thinking. It's back now, oddly enough, of what Star Wars needed to do was to retcon the sequel trilogy because it's so god-awful and bad. And there's narrative mechanisms, thanks to the cartoons and whatnot, of ways of rewriting it and all that sort of stuff. I think that was the main thing, but a chance for a revival and salvaging the franchise to some degree. Well, Ryan Kennel didn't like hearing that and just attacked him and accused him of being a liar and attacked his audience for believing him and stuff. Just went way off on the Friday Night Tights show. And so there was this big breakup and piss off. And I guess I don't really know. I'm not really going to pursue it or ask or anything about what went down between the two of them as far as Beekler and Doomcock goes. But unfortunately, that was no more. So it's just one of these things where everywhere you go, there's a certain amount of drama and whatnot. It's a long time ago now, and that's that. It's unfortunate. And people crap on him all the time about hearing rumors and stuff. The thing about it, but it never bothered me at all. Uh, Rumors, they can be true, they can be untrue. More times than not, they're somewhere in between. And when it comes to stuff about movies and TV shows, well, especially movies, there's plot points, there's concept art. You'll always see this like years after a movie has been done or something. And you can take a look at concept art, which I just love to look at, where you can see where they had different directions, different plots and ideas of where the movie was going to go, and they end up changing it during production or even after and reshoot it or what have you. They stray from the script. There's a certain amount of ad-libbing or improvisation on during the shoot, whatever. It always happens, sometimes to a massive degree. And other times they're developing it and they had one actor in mind, ended up couldn't get him and got someone else, that kind of thing. But it spurs the rumors. Stuff like that leaks out. Oh, this character they're going to kill off. And then they, in the end, opt not to do it. But at one time, they had the scene written up. They had some sketches about it. Maybe even shot it, and opted to change that and not do it. So you can understand, I would think, that sometimes some of that comes about and ultimately becomes untrue because they just didn't do it. So it's always something to consider when it comes to this. It's not quite like Mike Zero, who would literally make up interviews that certain actors supposedly did. And then, certainly about Star Wars and stuff. Like, really? Where is this? It doesn't exist. Stuff like that. And to get that, that is pretty blatant. But at possibilities of things, and it's what people wanted, that kind of thing. And that's not on Doomcock. He can't create that. That's just the way it was. It's funny now where everyone's thinking, oh, the new CEO of Disney is going to order that the Star Wars sequel trilogy be retconned where it never happened. And I don't know, what are you going to do? A total AI movie with Han, Luke, and Leia and stuff? But whatever. It is the ultimate damage to that franchise, and it sits there like a festering wound, and you can't just ignore it. So what are you going to do? So it's interesting, but that dust up broke that up, and wish it hadn't happened at all, but it did, and it's unfortunate, but that's how these things go. And but it does happen. It's weird because I never thought anybody from Compound or anything like that would have any involvement with the nerd culture of all this stuff. I'm in two worlds, and then they collided and became one. How does this happen? But it did, and then suddenly there's Chrissy on Friday Night Lights. Wow, look at that. And, but of course, now Beekler, I've heard, said he's, been a fan of Anthony Cumia for a while, or a long time. And so I guess that explains it to someone that probably reached out or something. I don't know how that happened, but it did. And she ended up on the show. And, like I said, did a lot of funny sketches and stuff for them, and it was cool. But in the nature of this and YouTube and the striking of channels, especially when quite a few of these people, this is all there is. This is their sole income and stuff like that. Which is interesting because one of the things I do remember from the quartering when I talked to him, and he was like, "Look, whatever you do, don't quit your job. YouTube is at best a supplement, but it's not something to do for a job." And I forget what he did for a living at the time, but by now he probably this is it. I don't know. And for Beekler, it was kind of no real choice. Then his wife had a very successful beauty salon in San Francisco, but then the lockdowns happened, and they got the hell out of California, ended up in Texas. But that was taken away from him because of the lockdown. It destroyed a business that she had built, and it was really enraging and sad that it happened that way. But Gary was really growing. He was doing very well with his Nerdrotic channel. So, Bird64 says, hey, Bird64, Doug could fix Melanie Mac. You mean the hair dye? I don't know anything about that. The Dabberling. Yeah, I suppose so. That could be, or the Quarterverse. Well, it looks like he's inadvertently brought himself into the Dabbleverse. I don't think that was his intention, but now he's caught their interest. Who are these podcasts? We'll look at this. They've already done a show on him. That's right. That was sometime they did a show on him. And suddenly, well, not suddenly. I mean, there's a lot of, once again, YouTube is up to shenanigans, supposedly to deal with a lot of AI videos to purge those out. And some other channels got hit for it. I doubt that that's the reason Karmic got hit. But it was happening. And then he was weighing in on, man, something's going on with YouTube and the channels, as if he was trying to say that maybe he was looking at that as a way out of saying, hey, it wasn't me. It's just YouTube being YouTube, But anyway, yeah, he caught I don't know if they'd ever done a video on him before, but they might have. But now it's probably going to, there'd probably be some more on the way. I don't know. But of course, Carl's friends with Chrissy. So again, it's upsetting and disappointing of how this came about, but he had to look, that's not the way to do that, not the way to, that kind of thing. And so, you can certainly argue, some of the people going overboard with being upset about her attitude or what have you, by comparison, when your problem is with the quartering or just the basics of doing that sort of thing. I guess it's to each their own, but and then, people bring up that she seemed to be pro striking before, or something like that. But she didn't strike this one anyway. I don't know, but or it was 14 that he did. Man, that's a lot. But what is, but to just, when you've been on a stream talking about the subject matter, and then your response for not addressing it later is because you didn't know anything about it. That's it's not going to go over well. So, because then, when something like that happens, then it's like, oh yeah, what else do you lie about? That kind of thing. So, it's like I said, unfortunate. You can wish all you want, but it won't make it so. All right, I guess I'll put color to this. Jeez. Oh, excuse me. I'll put color to this image of Chrissy being rather surprised and wondering, what the hell? That kind of thing. And then Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll put it in Photoshop and do that. And then, but first, it's going to take me some doing to shift over there. So, how about another episode of Nailsin News? Yeah, why not? This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Florida math teacher busted for allegedly having sex with student after minor tells his parents who his secret girlfriend is. Well, who is it? Oh, it's the teacher. Yeah, okay. Well, a Florida math teacher's been busted for allegedly having sex with a student. Exposed after the minor told his parents, my secret girlfriend is my teacher. Oh, isn't that cute? Wait a minute. You mean, yes. Kristen Rose, 37, was arrested 5 months after she started chatting with the boy out of class on Instagram. Yeah, your teachers shouldn't be talking to your students on Instagram. They continued chatting into the new year and allegedly had sex in February and March, with the boy's parents becoming alarmed when he returned home late from work one night. Call that work? They realized that his location was at an unfamiliar home, and when challenged, he replied he was with his quote-unquote girlfriend without naming Rose. The boy's parents continued to question him, and the illicit tryst was exposed when he admitted he was in a relationship with his teacher. Rose, who taught at Cocoa Beach Junior/Senior High School, was charged with 5 counts of unlawful sexual activity with a minor and is being held without bond at the Brevard County Jail following a police probe. So there's the scoop. Yeah. Seems simple and nice enough. Gee, that's the whole story. I was hoping for more than that. Bastards. So anyway, there you go. Another story. She's going to go teach him multiplication and division, all kinds of equations and whatnot can occur. And, well, you know, when you carry the one thing leads to another. And, well, I guess we know the rest. So then one wonders, I don't guess it said the age of the boy. So is he going to wait for her? Are they truly in love? Will this be like Laterno, where they got married and had a baby and all that? Could be. I don't know. Of course, you know, I think she got pregnant after the fact because, you know, they told her, you stay away from that boy. And then, I don't know, she couldn't help herself. And then they got busted in her car banging away when a police officer pulled over and saw this car parked on the side of the road, all with the, you know, windows all steamed up. And look, it's a teenage boy with a naked woman. Well, that don't look right. So anyway, she ended up pregnant. So then, you know, the judge said, well, you know, I tried to give you a chance. Why? I don't know. And then that was it. She went off to prison for quite some time. But then they entered into marriage afterwards. And, well, I don't know whatever became of that, but she's dead, and he's a father of a child who's probably an adult by now. Yeah. Boy, time does fly, doesn't it? This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin.
Ew! Nasty!
It's not what it looks like.
There you go, that one. So Nodak sent that, and then I was able to make a grok video out of it. For me to kind of, ew, nasty, and then it's not what it looks like. And makes a nice stinger to a really horrible. I guess I got to do it like this. Holy crap. Jeez. Man, I cannot stand Evie Mux is really big. Jeez. This is stupid. Man. It's like a new platform every time I come in here. I mean, what's the point of doing it through here if I got to have everything come through OBS? Yeah. Jesus. So, yeah, I was going on philosophically brilliantly. You missed all that. Now I can't even remember what the hell I was talking about. Damn it. Oh, jeez. Anyway, the comic book will soon be available at Indie Planet. Right now, you can get it through Mix'em. They've sent me the proof copy. I haven't gotten it yet, but they told me it's on the way. So I think you're caught up on that. Once I proof that, then I'll say, hey, put it in the store. And then maybe next year, it'll be hopefully not that long, but it should be in there. Anyway, Nodak said, I did enjoy the CGI animated version of that super tip I sent you, though. That was pretty good. Yeah, thanks very much for that. And because, I mean, yeah, it's dead on. It looks like me as the police officer. And it's the teacher. There she is in the car. Yeah, that was a good one. Nodak, I'm waiting for the sound of a long exhale when the yeah. Captain Infinity Time Triple Police. I see that coloring the face is lessening the strength of the black outlines. But don't worry, I'm not done yet. You could fix that by changing the layer mode to multiply, but hey, you do you. Yeah, I know. Alexandria says hi. Nodak says hi. Hi, Mr. Nailsin. Hi, Alexandria. Muted. Yes. Mute. No, yeah, he's been muted since he started coloring the pic. He's going to be super annoyed because he started the stream muted too. Yes, it's just the silent movie of Doug. I should probably just have old-timey piano playing. Yeah. I wonder if Pat has that filter on his keyboard. Oh, well, it is unfortunate. I am so very upset. All right, there's the link. My guess is we are missing some swear words and yelling now. A bit, yeah. I would think so, yeah. Praise be. I should have known that he already knows. Well, it took a while. Yeah. I can't even remember. Oh, yeah, I went to go put the link in there. And, hey, everyone says I'm muted. That can't be. That's impossible. I can see the mic sitting, I'm unmuted. But no, I got to have some. It doesn't really make any sense. I mean, I guess, this is another way of doing it. Photoshop. There we go. There we go. Well, you can't see it there. Now you can see it. I guess it works that way. We can get rid of that one. Blow up that. Then, of course, turn off the super tip. And again, oh boy, super tip. Yeah, tonight's show is sponsored by Super Tip. Yes, Super Tip, that wonderful tip service that supports your favorite creators, and you can have fun while doing it with voices, images, all that good stuff. Now let me make damn sure I'm back on there. Yep, you can still hear me. So I guess, yeah, what's the point of EV Mux? I get the little blue banner. That's something. But yeah, I gotta run everything through that. Or not, but it just looks better because you can do the background in EV Mux, but then I look like I got the Green Lantern glow or something, you know. Whatever. Oh my goodness. Hold the anger. It hurts. It hurts. Let's see. How do I want to do all this? Damn it. Do. Badia. Okay, maybe I just go ahead and do a layer of it. I think. And we'll make this the color of the shirt, top, dress, whatever it is. Here we go. Like so. That should take care of that. And we will make it a little bit larger for the entirety of the event. Okay. This might be a bit difficult. Let me see here. Like this. Got all that there. Yeah. Okay. We'll get rid of this. And that. It's like this and like that. And of course, one wonders if there'll be certain camps, you know, that, hey, I think you're being too hard on Chrissy, and I don't like that. And then, well, you can consider me no longer interested in your channel anymore, and I don't know. I suppose it's possible. All right. Okay. Yeah. And then we'll go for our pattern. And let's see what we got here. Maybe this one? Wait a minute. Why is it doing it like that? Oh, yeah. Oh, crap. What am I doing? I could do it this way. I don't need that one. Goodbye. There we go. And it's still got this little weird edge and stuff. Well. Oh, that's right. It's on the... Yeah, damn it. Shit. Oh. It's on this one. No. Nah, that's no good. Crap. Doop 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 doop. I wonder, is it? No. Well, no one's gonna care. There we go. Just kind of pattern there. Go ahead and merge it. We'll see how it fares when I add some amount of detail here. Yeah, it's not enough. Here. Whoops. Oh no, she's cybernetic. Left the stupid pattern on. Foreground, yeah. Okay, good enough. Gotta get rid of that. And that and this. Oh. Oh, there, I wonder. Copy, paste, and pattern. Do it again. No, not that stupid. Duplicate layer. I said duplicate the layer. There you go. Oh well. Hey, look, I tried. You know? I did. I really did. All right. Well. Ta-da! It's Chrissy. What's been happening with you today? Well, yeah. Let's see, we can kind of do it like that. Maybe a little bit of... Yeah. All right. There we go. Damn it. I should have known. All right. Why does it keep going back up and down? Alexander says, looks good. Thank you. Alex says, agreed. It's turning out great. Well, there we go. It's a nice cartoon portrait of Miss Mayor. Now for the background. Well, the ones I sent to Dixon Show, she does have this kind of wooden panel type thing in her background. She had a bunch of pictures and stuff. So I didn't quite get it right. And then I just used a coloring book image for the headphones. Look, it's lazy. Same thing with the chair and stuff. But it does have that background, which is pretty good. So I don't know about the headphones. We can just get rid of that. And we'll take Chrissy from here, put her in there. Good Lord, she's enormous. Oh my God. She has, mutant powers to grow into a giant now. Or something. I don't know. I might want to go for a different background entirely. Gotta kind of keep it there so you don't see that it's kind of cut off. Yes, thank you. Now to clean up these little elements. Come here, stupid. There we go. It's like, well, she does have this glow about that. No, it's just a mistake in the coloring and stuff. The coloring. There we go. Almost there. Almost there. Oh, damn it. I'll go for a few more of the easier ones before I got it. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord. Well, here's an easy one. That one. Yeah, there we go. All right. Now, well, probably should use that one. There we go. All tidied up. Take care of that. Ah, damn it. Well. There we go. Nice and easy. There's nothing easy about it. It's very difficult. I struggled. I did. There we go. All right. Dun-dun-dun. Oh, this microphone's getting on my nerves. Let's see. just sort of shrink that down. I don't know. Yeah, that'll do. It's not entirely accurate, but it will suffice. Yeah, Lay, she's the woman from Atlantis. She's got webbed hair, yeah. Well, a little surgery will take care of that problem. Don't worry. No one will be talking about your webbed hands anymore. Ta-da! Here's Chrissy. Let's see. We'll change the dialogue. Was it something I said? Giggle, tee-hee. Of course, I suppose it's more, it's what you didn't say. Yeah. Well, you just can't win. Yeah. All right, there you go. Was it something I said? Da-da-da. And, well, what are you going to do? I wonder if I can just change the halftone pattern color. Would that perhaps help it a bit? Maybe. Damn it. I don't know. I guess. I don't know. Anyway, there we go. Oh, look, I got my little signature and everything. I guess that kind of fixes it. Oh, yeah. That'll work. And, there she is. Was it something I said? Yeah. Then here's the other one I did. There's Brittany. Meow, 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 meow. Hiss, hiss. Meow, 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 meow. And then Chrissy's like, damn it, Frank. Why didn't you pick up some corn cake at the store? Because apparently Brittany has some sort of corn allergy. Something like that, which I don't understand. That's the icing off of Kiki's wedding cake, or was it Chrissy's? I can't remember which wedding it was. And say, well, yeah, I couldn't eat the cake because it's got corn in it. And, well, I'm not familiar with corn cake. I'm familiar with cornbread, but, I mean, maybe because corn flour was used? Is that it? I don't know. Anyway, that was the deal. The other thing was like Kiki weighed in, coming to Chrissy's defense. Yeah. And was saying that, you know, Brittany was bad because she didn't go to Anna, that Star Wars girl's wedding because she had a migraine. And she doesn't seem to understand the migraine. Look, again, no fan of Brittany Bitty, but she had a migraine. That's a pretty good reason not to show up because those are brutal. So yeah, that's Brittany Bitty. Don't you mess with me, damn it. And there you go. So that's, oh, messed up her arm there. It looks like she got a bad sunburn or something. You always got to step back, you know, and look at it. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Yeah, maybe. All right, there you go. Chrissy. So I'm sure everything will work out fine. Everybody will be happy and giggling. And oh, remember that time? Yeah. And that'll be that. So, yes, probably corn flour. Yes, it probably was. It'd be the only guess that I could suggest. So, yeah. No super tips. See, here's what super tips can do. Of course, there's this test one I did. Yeah, unfortunately, I did. Then you have, of course, these images that this is one Pell sent. Where look at me, I'm a superhero or cyborg or something. I don't know. Of course, there's the AI image that became in as a stinger to the Nailsin News video. That was really good. Oh yeah, I forgot this one. Yeah. Oh, he's pulling. It's not even really him. He's pulling the mask off. I wonder if Haley ever got to the bottom of that one. Oh well. It's all, you know. There's all kinds of fun to have with super tip. Another Nodak classic, which is pretty damn accurate, almost completely, of me doing my own haircut with the Flowbee. I don't do it while I'm drawing, but that might be something. I could do it live on the stream. Then, of course, the cows in the background. So, you know, look at the possibilities. At all the possibilities. Of course, a tip. There's Skeletor. He's all pissed off. They're doing the movie wrong. And, what's this one? Now, that's not what the sample sounds like at all that I sent in. So it's, yeah, it reminds me. I got to work on those. Yeah. Oh, well. You can't hear the super tip. Son of a biatch. Well, there's only one possible solution. If it'll let me do it, what the hell? There. Good Lord. Is it going to go into it so I can go to the layers? There we go. There's the source. We'll do it like that. I'll have to turn it off. Oh, crap. It won't be able to do it. I haven't put it in Eevee Mux. That's right. Son of a... All right. Let me see if you show me the... Where's the... No, damn it. I gotta have the... Why doesn't it show that where I can put it in there? What a mess. Well, there's really no other way. Web source. Well, maybe I just do another one. Web source. And you... No. No, I got to be able to... How am I supposed to put the thing in it if it's not going to be there? All right, remove. No. Well, this is bizarre. Supposed to be able to go in there through its properties and put in the URL for Super Tip. So there it is. No, that's not it. I don't know what that's about. Well, maybe select all. Go into Super Tip settings, overlay, and copy, and paste. Bloop. And there we go. Why does it say all this crap? I don't know. Yeah, I don't want that on there. Oh yeah, panel. Unplayed log. We'll just do.
Hi, Doug. It's me. I mean you. Have you figured it out yet?
Huh? Why did it do it like that? Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Hi, Doug. It's me. I mean you. Have you figured it out yet?
All right. I don't know. Good to hear that one. Can't believe I'm doing all this live. Come on, show the damn Super Tip. Any day now. Oh, you did hear it. Okay. Okay. Good enough. All right. Thanks for the help. I don't know why it's got all this crap on there. I don't like that. Damn it, EV Mugs. What the hell? We don't need this one. So remove that. Maybe that'll work. And then let me play it one more time.
Hi, Doug. It's me. I mean you. Have you figured it out yet?
Now, why did you quit?
Hi, Doug. It's me. I mean you. Have you figured it out yet?
All right. That probably worked. Oh, God, I'm exhausted. Anyway, there we go. You're all caught up. All 9 of you. Yeah. Oh, well, what a failure I've turned out to be. Nothing I can do about it now. I could pout about it a couple of more hours. You want to do that? Yeah, I know. So anyway, there we are. That's the creepy cartoon. And what happens with this story, I don't know. I suppose I'll have to go back to seeing what the hell becomes of quartering. Will he at least remove the strikes and that sort of thing? Would he apologize? I lost my cool. I let it get to me. I don't know. Probably none of that would work all that great. But it's about all you can do. So, anyway, could be worse. Karmic is on Rumble drinking already, apparently. Yeah. What the hell happened to it? What happened to his channel? What did he do? He threatened people too many times, and they said, that's not, terms of service, what have you. And that was it. I don't know. Them's the breaks, I guess. But he didn't piss off the quartering, did he? I don't know. All right. Do I have the other one? The other miscellanea ending? Doesn't look like it. Nah. Okay. We'll just use the... Oh, wait. What was that? What was that? Well, come on. Come on. No. Oh, weird. All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll visit again at some point. But that'll do it. I did a new New York Post Stories video that'll be on Pat's New York City Crime Report Friday night, or maybe Saturday. I can't remember. And that'll be available on Censored TV, or Compound Censored TV now. And you can check that out there, and check out Pat's premiere podcast and show. And enjoy yourselves, and have a good time. So anyway, I got to go get ready to become unconscious for a while so that I can go to the real job. And oh boy, what adventures await me there, and all that good stuff. So talk to you, whenever. Something like that. I mean, it's bound to happen. Surely it will.
Screw Amex. Lockdowns, am I right? Daddy's always right.
Shut up!